giving him a tough fight. What do you see the rematch?
I think it's dangerous for him to go back in there and fight Lamont. I think Lamont is a hell of a fighter.
I think that's what you're gonna get from Roach. That's what you're gonna get at Roach every time. I think it's up to Tank to see, what type of how far he could go up.
I think Tank wins in the rematch.
Why?
I think he'll make the right adjustments and he won't take too long to fight.
Top boxing insiders are weighing in on the possible rematch between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach, and their predictions might surprise you. Shakur Stevenson didn't hold back. He called Roach a tough, skilled fighter and warned that this rematch could be dangerous for Davis if he's not fully prepared. According to Stevenson, Roach has sharpened his defense, improved his timing, and shown real heart in the ring. If this fight happens, expect an all-out battle.
What do you think, considering you were one of the handful of people to pick Lamont Roach, giving him a tough fight? What do you see the rematch?
I think it's dangerous for him to go back in there and fight Lamont. I think Lamont is a hell of a fighter. I can see that going left. So he better be on his A game.
Ryan Garcia shared his take on the potential rematch, saying Lamont Roach already proved what he can do in their first fight. Now, he says, it's all on Gervonta "Tank" Davis to show how far he's willing to go. According to Garcia, Tank will have to be at his absolute best if he wants to come out on top again.
Match play out if they do fight again. Sometimes not a loss, but something like this, a blemish, might get you back.
He can. It's all up to Tank. It's all about how he feels internally. I think, for him, it's a lot to do up here too, like all of us. But I think that's what you're gonna get from Roach. That's what you're gonna get at Roach every time. I think it's up to Tank to see, what type of how far he could go up. Yeah.
Shakur Stevenson didn't sugarcoat his opinion on a Davis versus Roach rematch. Based on his own sparring sessions with Roach, Shakur knows firsthand how tricky Roach can be. He pointed out Roach's unusual rhythm and awkward movement, something he believes Davis hasn't faced before. According to Shakur, Roach's sharp counters and unpredictable angles could throw Davis off his game and make this a much tougher fight than many expect.
What does the rematch look like between Lamont and Gervonta, you think?
I like Lamont in the rematch.
I think you were one of the few that kind of picked Lamont to begin with. Why was that?
I sparred with Lamont. I knew that he was a good fighter. He helped me get ready for the Oscar Valdez fight. And I knew his style, with Tank's style, what he was going to be able to bring to the table. I knew it. So.
Did you really win 20 rounds?
I swear to God, on my daughter's life, I won that much money.
How different does a rematch look in your opinion, Shakur? What adjustments do you think we see from both?
Huh?
What adjustments do we see from both in a rematch?
I think I can't tell you game plans. I could be fighting these guys, so I'm gonna keep my secrets to myself. But truthfully, they both good fighters.
Do you think it's a lot different rematch, or do you think it'll be close again?
It's gonna be a hell of a fight.
How did you see Tank in that fight? A lot of people are saying maybe he's just mentally not there. What did you see?
Nah, he was the same Tank. I don't believe that. I don't got no thought in my brain that makes me think that he wasn't the person he been all of these other fights. I think he was the same person. All this stuff that he going through everybody go through stuff. So he's the same fighter. He's going to be the same fighter throughout his career. So.
Mikey Garcia, Davis needs focus and discipline in the rematch. Former champ Mikey Garcia offered a more measured perspective on the potential rematch. He described Gervonta "Tank" Davis as a smart, strategic fighter, someone who usually learns from his mistakes. Mikey believes Tank will come in more focused this time, studying Roach's style carefully and fixing what went wrong in their first fight. He sees Davis's ring IQ as a key advantage, but also issued a warning: if Davis isn't mentally locked in, he shouldn't even get in the ring. Distractions, Garcia says, could cost him everything.
I think Tank wins in the rematch.
Why?
I think he'll make the right adjustments and he won't take too long to fight. He kind of gave a lot of the round away sometimes. I think he'll be more active and then he'll win. But big props to Roach for his last fight and performance. Fuck, surprised everybody.
Right.
I think he was robbed from the victory. Again, that knockdown should have been a knockdown.
Right.
But whatever, he gets a rematch, and maybe they get a third fight, after that. Who knows?
Yeah. Maybe it turns the markets back out.
Maybe it turns out to be another great fucking matchup, and they say, let's run it back.
Right.
And maybe that controversy from the first fight actually helps Roach fucking get 3 fights out of it instead of just the one, or you never know. So hey, things happen for a reason, and I think he did really well his first one. Hopefully he puts on a great fight. Even if he were to lose, but in a great fight, shit, he'll get a third fight. Like, no?
Mikey, what do you make of him saying he wants to go to therapy to fix his like mental health, but not yet because he doesn't want to get fixed yet because he needs that edge?
I'm not a psychiatrist, bro. I don't know. Everybody's a little different. What I got to say is, like, if you're dealing with any mental health, it seems to be a very common thing. I mean, if you don't feel that you're 100% dedicated or 100% capable of blocking out, personal life issues or whatever to get in the ring, then don't get in the ring. Don't get in the ring. Now, if you're,
it seems like a lot of fighters are going through stuff and they get in the ring.
If you're going through stuff and you feel like maybe it's helping, like he says, maybe it's helping him fucking do it. Let him do it. I don't know.
Roach's coach says Davis didn't catch them off guard. Lamont Roach's coach shared that while Gervonta Davis may have surprised some fans in their first fight, Roach's team wasn't shocked at all. According to him, they had studied Davis closely and came in knowing exactly what to expect. That he said their confidence came not just from training hard, but from having a solid game plan, and knowing Roach had the skills to follow through, even under pressure.
Boxing Dr. News fight fans, big news in the boxing world. Gervonta, Tank Davis, and Lamont Roach Jr. are gearing up for a rematch that's got everyone talking. Remember their controversial draw back in March? Well, they're running it back. That 9th round knee drop by Davis that wasn't called, it's still causing buzz. Now these lightweight titans are set to settle the score on August 16th in Vegas. But here's the kicker. Shakur Stevenson, the WBC champ, is warning Davis it's a dangerous move. He says Tank better bring his A game or things could go south. With both fighters hungry to prove themselves, this rematch is shaping up to be an absolute fireworks show. Who you got, Tank or Roach? Drop your predictions below.
Team Davis, training alone won't be enough for Roach. Kenny Ellis, part of Gervonta Davis's coaching team, isn't buying into the buzz around Lamont Roach's intense training. While he respects the effort, Ellis believes physical prep only goes so far once you're in the ring. What really matters, he says, is heart, and how a fighter responds when the pressure's on. According to Ellis, going toe-to-toe with someone like Davis takes more than gym work. It takes grit, toughness, and the ability to take punishment and keep going.
You see a different Lamont Roach coming into this fight?
No, I don't. I tell people all the time, no offense, this is not a Lamont Roach, but a fighter can do everything in the gym, man. They can do their push-ups, their pull-ups, they can run 10 miles a day, they can eat their diet, they can change their diet, they can do everything right, but it have to be in your DNA to take pain. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Are you willing and able to take the pain that come with this shit? That's for any fighter, you know?
Right.
And that's the difference in a lot of the fights. You gotta be willing to take the pain that come with it.
Now,
in the actual fight, not the training. In the actual fight.
In the actual fight, what's the difference between the pain inside the gym gearing up to the fight versus the lights and being on Showtime?
No, the workout pain, muscle sore, fatigue, that's different. But
it prepares you for those lights.
But that pain in the actual fight, man. When shit get rattled, your eggs get scrambled, your eyes get blurry, fucking mouth and nose gets f***ed up.
Roach proved he belongs, and he's aiming to do even more in the rematch in their first fight. Lamont Roach surprised a lot of fans and experts. He stayed calm, stuck to a smart game plan, and matched Gervonta Davis step for step. Even though the bout ended in a draw, Roach showed he could go toe-to-toe with one of boxing's best. Now, heading into a possible rematch, Roach has a real shot at leveling up. His team is focused on tightening his footwork and sharpening his accuracy, hoping to leave no questions about who wins this time.
Back because Gervonta Davis is a puncher, so the extra aggression, you have to manipulate it little by little. You have to instigate the extra aggression little by little. You have to get your timing in there. You have to get my pushback. And also, this is a southpaw. A southpaw sometimes takes a round or two extra to sort of get their timing, get your distances, because every southpaw is a little bit different. Right now, granted, they know each other, they fought in the amateurs, but it's still a lot of years away. And Gervonta does have a very athletic, speed, quick reflex style. So you've got to sort of pressure intelligently. But while I have said in the past, and I still believe this, that Roach doesn't have that special thing like where he's got really fast hands or a really powerful punch. He still has what I also said in the past, a very good IQ. He's very well trained and very intelligent. His thought process in the ring has a great sense of positioning and a great sense of understanding of where he is in the ring and how to react off that. Could he be a little aggressive, more aggressive? Sure, but you got to keep in mind that you're fighting a puncher who's coming from the southpaw stance and coming from the southpaw athletic angle. Personally, me, especially knowing what has been said about Gervonta behind the scenes for years that nobody brings out, and it kind of brings to light why they keep matching him with 15 and 20 to 1 underdogs. There is a rumor that behind the scenes, the Gervonta, there's a lot of bitch in him. There's a lot of front runner in him. If you push him, he will break, he will fold. It starts to add up because Lamont is from the DC area. They kind of know this. They grew up around him. They fought in the amateurs.
His father, who's his coach, has coached Gervonta in fights.
So that thing sort of comes to light where it's been held back from the public with the limited opposition level that Gervonta's fought most of his career.